Good morning and welcome to the spring semester 2021 at Bergen Community College. My name is Mike Eccles and I'm going to be your COM 100 professor for the spring semester. First off, I welcome you all here. We are in unprecedented times. I mean, this is some of the craziest stuff I think that anyone can imagine going through when going through a college semester with COVID and everything that's been going on. So let me just go ahead and take this first day and explain how things are going to go and how we're going to progress between now and in May. First off, this is my 22nd year here at Bergen Community College. For the first 21 years, never did I have an inkling, not once, to teach an online class. I do not like online classes. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, because there are quite a few people who need online classes, and quite a few of my colleagues do a great job in teaching online. That's just not me. I like to be up in front of the classroom, getting a vibe from you guys, being able to interact immediately with you all at any given time, which we're not able to do with online classes. So I had never taught an online class, and what's more, I had never used Moodle. Then came spring of 2020. We're going through everything. It's a regular semester, and then spring break comes. Good. We'll go on a little spring break, take a little relaxation, no problem, go down to Atlantic City, lose my daughter's inheritance. And then all of a sudden we get an email that says, well, take another week of spring break. So then we take a second week of spring break, and then we're told, stay home. We're finishing the semester online. Well, now, here it is. I got a full 7 weeks left of the semester, never having taught online before, never using Moodle before. So I had to figure out on the fly, and I pretty much figured out a pretty good way to do it. And that's the way I've been doing it ever since, which means I will not be using Moodle. What I incorporate is the Gmail, your email that you have. That's how you're receiving this now. And, of course, what you're looking at, which is my video through my YouTube account. All right? And that's the way you're going to receive your assignments, is through me speaking through YouTube videos that I will send to you through your email. And, of course, like the attachment that you see here with not only your course outline, but also with your first assignment attached, you will see everything will come in this manner. And it's worked for me very well. Must be working well, because as of 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I am now the chair of the communication department. So that's the way we're going to go ahead and do it. And I hope that you guys have had a decent time working Bergen so far with the online. I have nothing personal against Moodle. It's just something I never wanted to use. I never tried to use, never really needed it. And I'm having a tough time without being able to go to the college. There was a schedule in the summer for us to go in to train to use Moodle, and they had to cancel it because of COVID. So we're not using Moodle. All right, so there you go. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself so you know who you're dealing with between now and the first week of May. Again, my name is Mike Eccles. This is my 22nd year at Bergen Community College. And to me, it's a very special place because unlike some of my colleagues who come from a different part of New Jersey or even come from another state, I am a Bergen County guy. I'm a very loud and proud graduate of the Lyndhurst High School class of 83. Go Golden Bears. As a matter of fact, if you're from Cliffside Park, Ridgefield Park, Dumont, Tenafly, Garfield, I hated your schools. Because those were our football rivals. But that's okay because I got over it about a year ago. And then, after graduating from Lyndhurst High School, I came to the hallowed halls of Bergen Community College. And one of the things I always try to do, and I strive to do from the very first day of the semester, is to ensure that none of you have the same experience I had, because after one semester at Bergen, I ended up on academic probation. Which means, that might be the wife calling. We're going to let her she can call later. Which means, yep, that's Eccles Yvonne. That's my wife. She's now in school. She's actually able to go to school. She's a principal in the city of Passaic at an elementary school. And she goes in about once or twice. They're not back in school yet, but she goes in case teachers want to come in or they have to come in to get something or parents need to get something. Plus, it just gives her a chance to just get out of the house, as I'm sure a lot of you have got really that cabin fever with this whole COVID thing. So anyway, so I was on academic probation, which means even now, as the department chair of communication, as a longtime union officer, 22 years at Bergen, if I wanted to take a class at Bergen like anybody else who's a faculty or staff member and get it for free, I would have to go to the counseling office and get signed off by an academic counselor, more than likely one who I helped train. That's how bad. So I've been on academic probation for 37 years. Anyway, so I didn't come back for the following semester, and in 1984, like a lot of your friends or family members did, I went down to Hackensack just off of Main Street. I walked into the recruiter's office, and I joined the United States Marine Corps, which thank God I did because I needed my ass kicked, and they happily obliged. But when I got out of the Marine Corps, I had a whole new focus on education, and I then went to Kean University, started from scratch, and within 4 years, I got my bachelor's degree. Had a lot of fun at Kean. You guys know where Kean is, exit 140 off the Parkway. Played football, had a great time. And then I went to graduate school at Indiana State University out in Terre Haute. As a matter of fact, we're only usually known for one athlete, and that, of course, is Larry Bird, one of the great basketball players of all time. But if you're watching this Sunday's NFC Championship game, watch for Aaron Rodgers of the Packers throw into his new tight end. That, of course, Robert Tonyan, number 85 from Indiana State. But while at Indiana State, I was able to do morning radio. I did that for 3 years after I got my master's. And I was doing a lot of good things. The only problem is that the paychecks were small. But then I started to teach more, and I really loved teaching. And I realized, well, I can't just jump from Terre Haute radio to New York City radio, but at least I could go ahead and come here and teach this class. Which I was actually teaching the Com 100 out in Indiana when I decided to come back to, and I really missed my mother's lasagna. So that's why I came back to New Jersey. So what I want you to do, now that you know who you're dealing with, is I want you to make sure that you read over the course outline. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me. It's pretty straightforward. But basically, just to give you very quickly, as I said last week, my videos are not going to be too long. I'm going to try not to make them long. And even if they happen to go, like if I have a lesson that's going to go 25 minutes, I'm going to probably break it up into like 2 12-and-a-half-minute videos. This way I can give you a little break. I want you to have, honestly, I want you to have as little screen time as possible. Which I don't know if any of you guys followed this, but for the longest time, up until COVID, they would always talk about how children need less and less screen time with computers. And now they get more screen time than ever before. So I'm going to try and give you as little screen time as possible. I want you to read it over. One of the things you'll see at the bottom of your first page of your course outline is that everything is points accumulation. Okay? You're trying to accumulate as many points as possible towards a final point total. When you get to page 2, you can see that all of your assignments are there. And of course, as we get closer to the assignment dates, I'm going to give you more detail about what's necessary. But as you know from the bottom of page 1, 150 points is the most you can accumulate in this class for one particular area, and that, of course, is class participation. Now, that's based on 10 15-point assignments that you're going to have. These are they're not the major assignments. They're not like the speeches or anything like that. But they are assignments that are going to count as part of your class participation, and they have due dates. Because one of the things you'll need to realize, yes, it's an online course now, all right? But this isn't the kind of online course where you're looking at me now in January. You take 2.5 months, and then you come back to me in late April and say, oh, I'm sorry I didn't contact you before, but I've been like really, 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 really busy. So I'm just going to knock off all the assignments now. No, it don't work like that. All right? As these 15-point assignments come, they do have certain due dates, and you have to get them in by then. All right? But they are assignments that, again, count towards your class participation, including your very first assignment. So as you see on your third page, There's a full explanation of what I'm looking for. Now remember, what I asked you to do last week is to go ahead and open up a free YouTube account. Some of you already have, because I already have a bunch of people who have subscribed to my channel. So I know you have YouTube accounts. But if you don't have one, it's very easy to make. It's free. And the purpose of this is that when you film yourself giving your informal speech. Just read the assignment. It gives you all the details that you need. And then upload it to YouTube, to your free YouTube account. And then all you send me is the link. Because what ends up happening sometimes is when I just let students, oh yeah, you just do it on your own device. No, they end up sending me a file that's way too big for them to email. Then they start to panic. They're emailing me, oh my God, Eccles, my video won't upload. It's too big. What do? I can't email it. No. Open up a free YouTube account. Upload whatever video that you make on your device to YouTube, and then you send me the link. All right? So follow along on the assignment sheet for your informal speech. Now, this informal speech will be due by Thursday, January 21st, right? Well, I got to look at the calendar. Hold on. Yes. Thursday night, January 21st at 8 p.m. And then you'll see me again on Friday morning. And that's it. The semester has begun. And I want to make it as smooth as possible. And I think we're going to do just fine. Why? Because I had to do this in the spring last year, summer 1, summer 2, and the fall. And it's gone pretty well so far. And I think it's going to do it this spring. So, go ahead and read over the course outline. Take your time, but get that book. And, oh, by the way, with the textbook, strongly recommend you get the online version. It's always the most inexpensive, and it's going to be easiest for you in a virtual course to get a book and follow along with the class. Just get the virtual book, get the online book. It's just cheaper. Okay? All right, you guys. I'm looking forward to your informal speeches, and we'll see you on Friday.